Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we want to look at Autmoatic 11.11 and Stable Diffusion, and I want to show you how everything works and give you an overview over Autmoatic 11.11 so that you can start creating stunning pictures with it, okay? So here you see our web UI from Autmoatic 11.11, and I installed version 1.5 from Stable Diffusion, okay? So if I click here, so these are the checkpoints. If I click here, you can see I also have 2.1, and I also have another one here, Cyber Realistic V21, and so on. So these are models. They are trained with like thousands or 100,000s of pictures or millions of pictures, depends on how big this model is, right? And there's, for example, like 10,000 houses in there. So when I type here house, then the model knows, okay, how a house looks, and it's creating out of these 10,000 images of houses, that it's starting to create my image of a house. And the thing is, there's the standard Stable Diffusion 1.5, 2.1, 1.4, right? But there's a lot of other models you can install in Autmoatic 11.11, right? So people, they create their own models. Some are more complex, some are really specified for a certain thing, right? Like cars or birds or cats or whatever, right? So, and if you go, for example, to Civet AI, that's one of my favorite pages here, you can see that there's a lot of models here. It's called checkpoints, okay? So you have models for different kind of styles. So if you want to go and create something like this, you can download this model and it will give you a better result because this model is specifically trained for this kind of picture. So what I did, I was just downloading the Cyber Realistic one here. So I clicked here, I click on download, and when it's download, I put it in my Stable Diffusion or my Autmoatic 11.11 folder under models and Stable Diffusion. I copy it there. That's the place where we also copied the Stable Diffusion 1.5 model before, right? So I copy it there, I restart, and then the model is available. Then normally you can just go down here, and sometimes the author of this model will just write some recommendations that you get the best results. Okay, in this case it's not so much, but sometimes they give you some hints like use this amount of steps or do this or do that, right? So if you want to try this model out and you don't know how to prompt, for example, for this lady, what you can do is you just click on this image here, and it will give you all the settings for this image, right? So you have the prompt, the negative prompt, and all the other stuff we will talk about in a minute, and you just can copy and then just paste it into your Autmoatic 11.11, and then it will just create that image or a similar image with that. If you use a seed, it will actually create the same image. So so this is very important because you can modify your models and then you can create different kind of images. And then you have here the text to image, okay? So we are now text to image. The first thing is your prompt, right? So and we can start and say, okay, we want to create a house. So this is where we tell Autmoatic 11 or Stable Diffusion what we want to create. So if I type house and press on generate, it will generate us a house, right? So it just takes a few seconds. It depends on the power of your computer. And here we go. So we have a nice house here, right? A little bit of green grass, and that is the house. That's what we told him, right? He created a house. If I press again, generate, he will create another house, okay? So then you have the negative prompt, and this is the place where you can type in everything you don't want to see in the picture. For example, you don't want to have a low-res picture. You don't want to have a bad quality. You don't want to, let's say you don't want to see an entrance or a door, right? And then you can just click generate, and it will generate the picture based on the prompt and on the negative prompt. So it didn't work really well because it shows us a door here. Or no, that's not a door, it's still a window, right? So he replaced the door actually here with a window. So we don't have a door here in this house, we only have windows because we told him don't put doors or entrances here. So we have a nice, beautiful house, exactly how we wanted to have, right? Okay, let's go on. There are some sampling methods here, right? There's a lot of sampling methods. And in different cases and in different situations, a different sample method will give you a better result, okay? But for the beginning, I really, really encourage you, stay with Euler A. It will give you good quality. And the smaller differences between the other ones, learn to prompt, and when you are good in prompting, then you can focus on these sampling methods. Because these sampling methods, they need sometimes like more steps or other settings here, right? And you need to be familiar with that so that you get a good result. Well, for now, we just stay with Euler A. Then we go to the sampling steps. The thing is, the picture is made out of a seed noise. It's called seed noise. It's like this, you know, this noise on the TV when there is no program. And then every step you do, it will change this a little bit, right? So let me show you that. Okay? If you go to just one sampling step and you generate an image, that should be really fast, then it's just started to create the image. So there is this noise and it started to form whatever you want to see, right? So, and the more you go up, let's go to 5 steps, right? So generate, and now you see a basic house there already, right? And you go to 20 steps, and you see a nice house there. It's a good quality. The thing is, the higher you go up, the more steps it is doing, the longer it takes to create an image. And there is like a there is not that much more benefit if you go very high. Like for example, you do 100 steps, you won't notice the difference anymore, right? So you can just play around here a little bit. I would suggest stay between 20 and 30 somewhere. That's a good range, right? I normally stay with 20. It gives you a good quality, but if you want to see what happens a little bit higher, then just go to 30, right? But don't go to 100 or 150 steps. It just will take you so much more time, and the result is not really that much better, okay? Okay, let's go to the CFG scale. So the CFG scale is there for how much the image creator is looking for your prompt. So the lower you go, the less the image creator will look to your prompt. The higher you go, the more it will stick to your prompt, okay? So you could go very low and it's doing what it wants, and you can go very up and it should do exactly what you wrote there, but it's somehow strange if you go like up, it's looking weird, right? Because you don't give it any flexibility to create that image, right? So let's just look at this. So this is like the result of this 30 CFG scale, right? So a good number is between 6 and 10, okay? So this is a good number. So if you feel, so normally it's at 7, that's the basic standard, that's actually good, right? So if you feel, oh no, it's not really doing what I want, then you just go a little bit up, like going to 9 or 10, right? But don't go up all the way because it's taking out all the flexibility and creativity of the tool, right? So this is the CFG scale. I stick with 7, and let's just generate a new picture while we're talking. And then you have the batch count and the batch sizes. I don't really use the batch sizes. I just use the batch count. So normally I'm doing like 4. So when I create images, then I have like 4 images. So let's just do it like this, right? So it will create me. You can just create like 4 images and then doing a lot of batches there. Yeah, it's use the batch count, and you have 4 images, and that's pretty the thing you need here, right? So let's see how he's doing. So that's the second picture. It takes a while, right? The more batch count you have, the longer it takes to create the images, because he's not creating just 1 picture, he's creating 4 pictures now, and it takes more time to create them, right? So now we're going to the third picture, and let's see, it's done pretty soon. See how all the pictures look like. Okay, here we go. It's the last picture. I see already a car there somehow. Okay, so these are our 4 pictures. Let's just look at them, right? So, and there are no entrances and doors, right? Everything is window, like we said in our prompt. And you can see, and then you can go through all the single pictures here and look at them, right? Okay, so this is when you do like batches, right? You can also do 8 or 12 or 100 or whatever you want to do here, right? It just takes more time to create the picture. So then we go to the seed. As I mentioned before, the seed is this basic noise where Stable Diffusion or Autmoatic 1111 is using this basic noise to create and form your image. So if you click here on one of our images, let's see which is nice. I like the one with the car in it, this one, right? So if you go down here, you can see there is a seed number, okay? So this is the seed number of that image. So you can actually copy it and then just paste it here. And if you run like a one picture of that, right, then with all the same settings, the same prompts, it should give you exactly the same picture, right? If it's on -1, it would just create a random seed number. So if you want to get the seed number of the picture, you can go there and copy it, right? Or you can just click the screen button here, the reuse button, click it, and it will just copy the seed number from there, just here, okay? If you click this button here, it will just go to -1 again. That's it, actually. Okay, sorry, my computer crashed, and I don't know what happened, but yeah, just reloaded it, and we are here now. We are image to image. I have a picture here from a house, and we just changed this to villa, okay? Let's try if it's working now. Let's press the generate button. And now we see, here we go, it's starting to create our new image. So it's creating a villa with a pool, okay? So we can influence this actually, right? We can also add a negative prompt here, right? But here you have all the settings from before, right? So you can resize the new image if you want it bigger or smaller or whatever. And you have the same things here, right? The batch count, but there's one new thing, and this is denoising strength. So that's actually at 7.5, right? So if you go lower, okay? If you go lower, then the picture will not change anything, right? So because you're not allowing it to change the original image, it's really sticking to it. So if I press generating here, it should actually give us the same picture again, see? So if I go up to, let's say 1, it will just generate a totally different thing, so a totally new picture. So let's see. See, so there is nothing, it has nothing common with the picture from before. Nothing, right? So somewhere in between there is the truth, right? So 75, I normally play around 8 or 8.5 or 8.5. And let's see what's happening when we do this. Let's generate that. And there's actually also a huge difference. See, so it's already changing a lot, right? But we still have the green here in front. It's somehow that height, and something is there on that side, right? It's actually already too much, right? I would go down already. Let's go to 0.8. Generate again. So there's a huge difference between 0.99 and 1. You will really see difference here. So see, it's changing. Still not that image anymore. So you have to really play around so that you get the result you like, right? So let's do it to 7. Should be closer to the original image here. This is the way you have to work it out, right? And you will get a feeling for that, right? So let's go to 0.6 and see what happens. You will get a feeling on what settings you want to use there. And sometimes, see, it's getting closer to the original here. Actually, we should put some negative prompt here, like low res and stuff like this, to get a little bit better. But that's actually it, right? And you have all the same settings like before. That's it. So you can just change the original image, you can use it as a base, and then create something new on it, right? That's it. Then sketch I created a small sketch in Photoshop for you guys. So here's my sketch of a house, right? And then I can just say a villa, and then generate my image. Okay, see, it's very close. And here's again the same thing. Here's denoise, right? You can go up. Let's say 9.5. Let's see what's happening. But of course, it's far away from the original because the denoise is so high, right? Maybe I need to go to 8.5. Let's try that one. Generate. And then you can actually add to this, right? So for example, you have here a color picker, right? So just take blue and then put here some clouds. And then put here a pool. So this is my pool. And then we will get some green for grass, right? We want to have some grass here, a garden. Here a garden. So nice. And then we can write here a villa with clouds, a pool and a garden. And let's just generate that. There's our villa with the house, the clouds, the pool, the garden. Far away from our picture, but our denoise is very high. So let's go down to 0.75 again. Generate it and see what happens. See, so now he's starting to create on the base of our sketch, right? Okay, so this is sketching. You can get some pretty nice pictures out of that, but you have to play around with this also. Okay, the next thing is in Paint. Okay, I will use the image from before. Let's put it here. So this is our image. So what you want to do is, like, you want to use a picture, and what you can do is you can just draw a mask here. Let's try a round mask here. Okay, and then we want to see a soccer ball. Okay, we have other settings here, right? So we want in Paint the mask it. We want to have original, only the mask. And then let's do here the denoise strength to, let's say, 95. And let's just generate that image. Let's see what's coming out. There's a soccer ball. I mean, that's nice. And now we have our soccer ball here, right, in the area where we painted the thing. So this is how it works, right? So you have to go with a very high denoise strength here so that it's creating what you want to see here, right? Actually, that's it with this in Paint. Then we have extras here. We don't go into the extras. You can just batch process images, rescale them, just one picture, scale them up, or a batch of images, right? PNG info, that's a nice tool, right? So if you have like a picture and you don't know how you created it, you can just move it in here and it will give you all the parameters of the image, right? So you have the house and then the negative prompt, you have the steps, the sampler, the CSG scale, the seat number, the size, the model hash, and so on. So you can really recreate that pictures, and if you want to have all this information, you can just click here, send to text to image, and then it sets up all the settings here. If you generate it, it will create the exact same image, and you can work from there, continue working here. I forgot something on this page, so we have some buttons over here, and they are really useful, right? So if you click here the disk symbol, right, you can save what you have set it, right? For example, we call this our house settings, okay? Click OK. And now what you can do, we delete everything out here, right? And you can go here, and you will find your house settings, okay? And then you click on the load button, that's the second one from the right, apply that style, and it will put all your things here. So this could be helpful if you want to have like your basic style, and then you can just add to that, right? You can create your styles here. If you press the garbage bin here, you can just clear all the prompts. So it's empty there. And then here you can get the prompt from the image which is here, right? If you accidentally delete the thing, right, it sets everything and sets your prompt back. You can just click this and it will copy the prompt of the image you created just before. Okay, so let's go. That was PNG info. Checkpoint merge. I don't really know what this is for. Train, here you can train your models, your own thing, right? Settings, you can do a lot of settings in Autmoatic 11.11. Just stick with the standard, they are good for now. And then extensions, I just want to show you, go to available and load from. You will see this massive list here of extensions you can load for your Stable Diffusion or Autmoatic 11.11. And you can play around with so many things here. That's amazing. Okay, I think that's it for this video. I hope it helps you in your image creation process. If you haven't done yet, click the like and subscribe button, and I see you in the next video.